To play with the new female teacher, the school bully intentionally splashed milk all over her. At this moment, the woman's upper body was barely visible. Even so, she dared not resist and could only tell them to sit back in their seats. They thought the school bully would be more cautious, but the next day, when the female teacher was organizing her things, the unmanageable school bully suddenly picked her up. The surrounding students started cheering. However, the female teacher could only silently go to the rooftop to release her emotions because she couldn't afford to offend the school bully's family. Eventually, she had no choice but to give up her stable job. Unbeknownst to her, the school bully would soon pay a price for his arrogance. The next morning, another male teacher with an extraordinary demeanor came to teach as a volunteer. When he arrived at the teaching building, he saw the homeroom teacher fully equipped coming out of the classroom. As the man was about to ask what happened, a new teacher ran away crying and yelling. It turned out that this class was known as the devil class in the whole school, and each student was a notorious troublemaker. The teacher who just left was the 99th one to be driven away. So far, no new teacher had ever managed to stay in this class for a day. After listening to the principal's explanation, the man was still doubtful. But when he stepped into the classroom, he realized the principal's words were true. There were even people playing hot pot, bad girls live streaming, and some even set up desks to play table tennis. However, instead of getting angry, the man calmly walked forward and taught them how to play. Later, he quietly appeared in the girls' live stream. The bad girl was furious and shouted at him. Seeing a new teacher giving orders, the school bully suddenly threw a racket at the man. Unexpectedly, the man's real identity was the head of the Chin family, a billionaire. He had entrusted all family matters to his subordinates. This was because the man's mother's greatest wish was for him to become a teacher. To fulfill his mother's last wish, he came to teach. Little did he know, his first day at work faced huge challenges. None of the students were paying attention, they were all doing their own thing. Seeing this, the man decided to completely change these problem teenagers. At this moment, the unruly school bully walked up to the podium and claimed that studying was useless, and that he would become a big figure like Chinyi. Unknowingly, the man standing before him was his idol. To make them listen to him, the man made a bet. If they could embarrass him within 7 days, he would leave on his own. Otherwise, they would have to obey him and study hard. The students, eager to get rid of this annoying teacher, readily accepted the bet. Soon it was the next day. The students had placed a basin of flour on the door of the classroom, waiting for the teacher to walk in and pull the rope. When everyone thought their plan had succeeded, the man suddenly pulled out an umbrella, successfully avoiding the trap and making the front row students suffer. But this was just the first step of their plan. When the teacher sat down, the students threw things at him. Unexpectedly, the man deflected all the items. With a simple wave, the stationery in the air flew away. However, they had one last trick. The man's chair was already covered with 502 glue. When the school bully confidently approached to see the teacher embarrassed, he was shocked to find out the man had been crouching the whole time, never actually sitting down. However, this wasn't enough to make the troublemaker submit. During the next physical education class, the school bully found ball practice boring and wanted to have free time. He challenged the man to a bet. Each person would have 3 chances to shoot 3-pointers. Whoever scored more would win. If he won, the students would be allowed to have free time. As the core player of the basketball team, the school bully's skills were impressive, and he made all 3 3-pointers. When the students thought they had won, the man calmly walked to the other side of the 3-point line and made a perfect shot. The school bully thought it was just luck, but as soon as he spoke, the man made 2 more shots in a row. Now the students had nothing to say and had to listen obediently until the end of the physical education class. The school bully was obviously upset after being embarrassed all day. So, after school, he put a fake bomb in the man's car and told the students to prepare their phones to record. They were all looking forward to seeing the teacher scared. Unbeknownst to them, the man had already seen through their tricks. But the next second, he realized something was wrong.